Listen, I hope everybody's having a great Christmas and everything, but I think it's about 5 days away from 2026. You guys need to lock in. I'm telling you, because if you don't lock in, you're going to be cooked, all right? I'm just letting you know. I don't want people to be on here complaining, which I'm going to do anyway, because that's what y'all do, is complain. But I want you guys to know that you had the opportunity to make a change in your life and you chose not to. So in 2026, when the exact same thing, and it's going to be way worse than 2025, when you have the same exact life, you can't blame Trump. You can't blame, if you're black, you can't blame white people. You can't blame the system and everything like that. You have an opportunity to do better. For example, tax season, they're actually garnishing a lot of people's taxes because Biden lied and said that he will clean people's student loans, that school stuff. Right, he was going to garnish our student loans, and you guys will be good. But he lied.
Welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy Channel. Today's title is 2026 Worst House and Stock Crash. 2026 Worst House and Stock Crash. Oh man, you think from 2020 on up through 2025 has been a mess. They're talking about in 2026, houses is going to crash, stocks is going to crash, Bitcoin, all the crypto is about to crash. It's just a mess when you look at this. And as I'm looking at it, it's more like, I think it's going to hurt the people at the bottom, the mid to the bottom. Because if you're at the top, I don't know if it's going to offend you or mess your money up like that. But something about that middle and that bottom, I think it's going to be some issues. I really do. Because most time at the top, you know what's going to come. So you can pull your money out, you can maneuver. Or even with real estate, if you have enough money, you're big enough, you can absorb the hit. It doesn't matter how it happens, you can absorb it. But when your money funny, it's a little tougher. Because I say if you only got 1 or 2 properties and something goes wrong, water pipe busts, need a couple toilets, it can cause you some problems. I know a guy, his pipe busted and they had to run the line up all the way to the sidewalks. He had to pay for the sidewalk and everything else. So it can be a lot, especially getting into property taxes to make the house look better. You add on to it, they hit you with more property tax. So get ready for 2026. Prepare yourself like he said in the video. Really just set yourself up for the win. Think of what you can do because things are going to maneuver and get a little silly in some parts. But if you prepare yourself, you'll be ready and you'll be able to win. So you got 1 houses, be watchful. If you got 10 houses, be watchful. Just be vigilant. That's the best way I can say concerning your business and the things that's happening coming in on 2026. Because I believe you could do great and just be excellent and just be at the top of your life. I believe it's possible, but you got to prepare. You got to prepare. So thanks for coming to the Common Sense Philosophy Channel. Remember to like and subscribe on your way out and check out some of these videos as they go out because I want y'all to check out their perspectives and also go to the comments and tell me your perspective because your voice is important to me and I want to hear what you got to say. All right. So I'm going to talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day.
And because he lied, now people's tax returns are being taken from them. So you guys are going to be complaining and yelling and screaming in y'all cars on TikTok for that. So I just want you guys to know that's going to be difficult. But you had opportunities. When you guys, if you do get your tax returns, you guys should be buying things like this. You see, get a whiteboard. You definitely, for people who do not have laptops in your house, right? You are bugging. Okay, this is my upstairs office, by the way. This is my room. So this is my room office, right? So if you don't have a laptop, I just want you guys to know you're wilding. At least get a laptop. If you're not going to get a desktop, this is how you make money. This is how you make money, okay? This is how you make money. This is how you stay focused. If you're making content and stuff like that, you want to get stuff like this. You understand what I'm saying? And this is for your back, just in case your back or I got back pains. So sitting downstairs sometimes.
I feel like we're gonna have one of the worst stock market crashes within the next year or so. Like genuinely, the economy is not doing that well, but we keep pumping up higher and higher every single day. Like what is going on? Now this is the Shiller PE ratio, and I know that it's only one indicator, but the last time that it was this high at 44, it was right at the dot-com bubble, and right now we are literally at 40. And some people may say we're an AI bubble, which I think we are, but this AI bubble, once it pops, it's gonna be so devastating. The stock market is literally propped up by AI right now, and there's so much just partnerships and expectations that have been set, but there's been no results that have actually been delivered. Now, personally, this doesn't change my investment approach, and I'm gonna still be doing what I've been doing every single month, which is still accumulating stocks, but I'm definitely gonna be cautious because this seems like a little too topish for me. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're nearing a top anytime soon? Let me know down below. Is anyone else?
So here's exactly when and by how much he thinks this bear market will happen. So Tom Lee is one of the most popular figures when it comes to investing, and he's known for being extremely bullish, but now his tone is changing. And the first reason he mentioned for a 2026 bear market is that we're now on a massive 3-year run. And every time this happens, the 4th year almost always ends up being negative. And the second risk he talked about was GDP growth slowing or maybe even contracting due to the uncertainty when it comes to things like tariffs, the new Fed chair, and the midterm elections. And finally, he even talked about valuations being stretched with the forward PE ratio sitting at highs we saw in 2021 as well as the dot-com bubble in 1999. So overall, Tom Lee expects a massive correction of around 20% in the first half of 2026, followed by a massive quick recovery to end the year at 7,700 for the S&P 500. So according to Tom Lee, the best way to protect yourself is to have some cash on the side and be ready to buy the dip if and when the stock market crash happens.
Economists are predicting layoffs, mass layoffs, starting again in January. Well, it never really ends. As you know, Amazon has laid off 14,000 in 2025, UPS 48,000 layoffs, Microsoft says it's AI related, Salesforce thousands of layoffs, government and public sector over 300,000, layoffs expected for 2026, Amazon additional layoffs, UPS continued layoffs, telecom sectors such as Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, tech sector broadly. Huge list of layoffs coming from 2025 continued into January 2026. There is a website that you can go to. It's called warntracker.com to see if you have an upcoming layoff within the next 60 days. Companies with more than 50 employees are required to add their name to this list. Hi, my name's Christina. I have a master's degree in business. Unemployment is 4.6% and it has climbed every month. But the worst is there is as high as 6% unemployment in some states. Please do the best that you can to get your finances in order.
Half of America is house rich and value poor. So I've been seeing reports about a house correction coming, like a price correction coming for the housing market, and folks aren't taking this seriously enough. A wreck is coming. Now, the experts are warning it could be worse than 2008. And folks are still walking around like it's fine, like the house ain't smoldering behind them. People were paying $500,000 for a living room with a closet, and they called that a house. $500,000 to hear your neighbor sneeze through a wall. That wasn't the market, that was group delusion. And now, over half of the homes in America have lost value in just a year. Half of them. That's not a blip. That is a warning for things to come. Because for most Americans, wealth is in their homes. So if your house starts losing value faster than a brand new Tesla coming off the lot, guess what else disappears? Your net worth. And this ain't 2008 where they were handing mortgages out like Halloween candy. This time, it's a little different. You got people locked into low interest rates like a good lease from heaven. They're not moving, they chilling. Those folks like me, I'ma say exactly where I am. I'm sitting like I found a cheap apartment in New York and I refuse to blink or move.
Expect and prepare for the 98% crash that's going to happen next year. Bitcoin is going to reach under $25,000. Ethereum is going to reach $200. XRP is going to reach 15 cents, but all of these are discounts. The volatility is happening because of midterms, but in 2027 it's going to get worse.